G'day guys, welcome back. Super Rugby Round 3, it's done it, it's happened. The Fijian Drua has beaten the Melbourne Rebels, has earned their first ever win in Super Rugby, and what a win. This was just, I can't believe how good this game, how much heart and determination the Fijian Drua showed. Unlike the Rebels, like at times, I'm just baffled. It just looked like the players were not even half asleep. They didn't even look like they were trying at times. It was just unbelievably poor by the Rebels. And the Druas really seized the opportunity, managed the game perfectly. And yeah, first ever win over the Melbourne Rebels. I just don't know. There's just no passion. You can see it from the Rebels. There's no desire. Everybody's on the field to collect the paycheck. The Rebels were pretty poor last year. They had a coaching change, and it's just got even worse. There is some like attitude issue in the team. It seems to be to me like some culture issue at the Rebels. Like the players just not even, like at times just not even fronting up to make the tackles. It's just really poor. Like there's no urgency. Yeah, like it was really disappointing. And Duras, boy, they came out and played. They fought through some tough times at the start, and then they showed resilience, and sure enough, something that the Rebels didn't have, and the Duras put out a huge win. I'm incredibly proud for the team that is the Fijian Druas. So basically, the Druas was able to manage a lot of pressure from the Rebels. The Rebels scored like 2 tries up early, and Fijian Druas had a try denied against them. Just literally at like millimeters they were offside, denied against them. So really unfortunate. And it was almost starting to feel sorry for them. And then things got worse when one of the Druas players gets yellow carded for giving away repeated penalties under just insurmountable pressure piling on by the Rebels. And guess what? The Fijian Druas, down to 14 men, was able to pull out a try against the Rebels, hold off the advances, show resilience, showed just gut, grit, and determination to not only not concede any points, but to score a try against the Rebels. And second half coming out even better than the first half. The Rebels just sort of looked like they feel like they felt like they had the game in the bag almost in the second half due to their dominating performance in the first half, I would say. And sure enough, the Fijians showed up with the Fijian rugby style, a lot of flair, a lot of quick taps, good hard running, a lot of good defense, and then eventually it was just really good game management, something that the Fijians, has been, criticized for just playing the running game, playing the Fijian game. Sure, it's entertaining, but not really able to win them games at times because of their style. Really learned and then managed the game, took the penalties and slowly chipped away. The Rebels slowly got themselves further and further ahead and just really managed that the game, closed out the game. Something that the Rebels not able to do, despite having, world-class players like Matt Tomura, not able to do. And Duras, managed the game with penalties towards the end of the game and just, won the game, seized the opportunities and won the game. And when the Rebels were down and out, they were not able to pull themselves out of the ditch. They eventually able to score a try in the last minute of the game, but it was still too far behind to actually win the game, right? And yeah, I can't say anything more about this game. The Rebels, yeah, I think it's a culture issue at the team. They have consistently over many years now to just fall apart in the second half. There's no one in the team that steps up when things gets tough. I've seen the Rebels years ago where they lose like literally in comic fashions to the Lions in South Africa, just like comically losing games after having a huge lead in the first half. And this game, once again, the Rebels came out good in the first half, was showing really good in the lineouts, really good set pieces, and then just fell apart. Absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful. I don't know what else to say. So the 3 tries to 4 to the Duras. The penalty count really helped them in the second half. managed the game really well. Run meters 452 to the Fijian Druas, 308 to the Rebels. Turnovers conceded 17 to the Druas, 15 to the Rebels. Tackles, 100 tackles made, 15 missed tackles. That is world-class defense for the Druas. Excellent defense. Tackle rate. Rebels, slightly worse, 146 to 23 missed tackles. The Rebels, I'm noticing is that the missed tackle probably should be higher, as there were just times where they were just not tackling. No one is there to attempt the tackle. So it's not a missed tackle if no one there's attempting the tackle, right? So the Druas were able to make quite a few runaway tries, runaway, was able to just run past a bunch of defenders at times without a tackle being attempted. That's something that I've noticed. So the penalty was probably ultimately the big difference. Rebels really cost themselves towards in the second half, really let themselves kind of like let discipline dropped off and allow the Druas able to come out. The lineouts was something that's quite interesting as well. The Druas were having lineout issues really badly throughout the game, but it was the Rebels that actually suffered suffered from their own lineouts despite having fewer mistakes. So the Druas were able to score a try from a Melbourne lineout going awry, just picked up the ball and ran like 60 meters scoring a try. It was just beautiful to watch. Penalties, 12 penalties to 11, and 1 yellow card against the Druas. It was looking pretty dire when the yellow card given out. It was gonna look like, one of those runaway wins for the Rebels. Maybe that's how they felt at halftime. Despite only being like 1 try up at halftime, came out in the second half. The Rebels just embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. So the game started with the Rebels scoring a try 1 minute into the match. Right, this was just a complete dominance over the Druas. Druas looked shell shocked, and despite doing the Nabole, their war dance, they was just came out just completely shell shocked. 1 minute in, gets scored by the Rebels, and then they try to stabilize a bit, but the Rebels were just really like pounding them. Eventually, the Druas finally get a little bit of opportunity about 13 minutes into the game. One of the Drua number 11, the winger, let's get his name out. Vinaya Habosi. He gets the ball. He saw like no one in front of him defending, or just like complete worst defense I've ever seen. Picks up the ball and runs. Like 4 defenders missed tackles, and the try was denied because he picked up the ball in the offside position. But that was just absolutely embarrassing for the Rebels. Like 4 people just gets ran over, like they were kids, and no one was defending the rock. And then it was just like extremely poor there. And then the match went on just before halftime. The Drua was under so much pressure, they gave away a penalty, and then gets a yellow card. And sure enough, with 1 player in bin, the defense, the really good defense, was cracked. But I think the Rebels set up a maul with 1 player in the bin. Pretty hard to defend the maul with 1 player missing. So the Rebels scores that try on the 32nd minute in the game. Just before halftime, the Drua wasn't going to give up, really showed some heart, and they were able to get a try. Just really like good attacking, quick balls, and then the winger was out wide. What's his name? Ratave gets the ball, goes in for the try for the Druas. 38 minutes just before halftime, and during that period where there was a yellow card, Rebels were just outside of that maul that was initially got and not able to score any more points. Second half starts, the Druas were able to you can slowly see the tiger in turn. The Rebels just like look like they're napping on the field. Like honestly, I don't know what's going on. So 44 minutes in, Mirror. So there was a penalty against the Rebels, and basically looked like the whole team just like nobody was paying attention. So Drua just took a quick tap, ran like 35-40 meters, scores a try. And then the penalty starts to pile up after that point. So that was a huge comeback. That was a huge turning point where there was like quick thinking, really showed like the Rebels not turned on, right? And the penalty started piling up. On the 58th minute, Melbourne was able to like build some pressure, get another try on the ball. Tunu Mapaya gets a second try for the game. And then after that, the Rebels just really struggled with their penalty count. There's 4 penalties second half. All like the Fijians just managed perfectly well. And then on the 54th minute, one of the Melbourne Rebels was throwing a line out inside their own like inside the Fijian 40. So yeah, like inside the Fijian half. And the Fiji, they overthrow, like they messed up the line out, basically they messed up the line out. The ball comes back, there was no halfback. And then the ball bounced. No one in the Rebels team was like switched on to this. The Drua player runs through, catches the ball, ran 60 meters down the sideline. Wildkard goes in for the try. And yeah, what else can I say? Finally, on the 80th minute, the Rebels players try to make an amend to their lack of attention to the second half. You know, they pile some pressure on, follow with a bit of penalty, and at this point, it looked like the Fijians are really kind of tired and off their feet. But it wasn't gonna make any difference in the end. Nu'u gets in for a try for the Rebels on the 82nd minute, but it was too late. Yeah, Duras wins the game. Historical first win, Super Rugby. Congratulations, well done, guys. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this game, guys. Thank you for watching. See you a bit later for the Western Force game. Cheers.